Heck yeah, now that right there is a spread. Hello everybody and welcome back to the world's worst fishing lure making TV. So today is going to be one of my bait blogs, and this might even be filmed over the course of several days. But I want to do a pretty large swim bait drop on Instagram to sell some baits here in the next little bit. So we're going to kind of be taking y'all along. We're going to be doing 4 inchers, 5 inchers, 6 inchers, of course, and we're going to be doing some cool things, I think. But before we get started, I want to show you something that you don't see on my channel a lot. Glide bait. Look at this thing. So this was sent in to me by another YouTuber who I'm doing a collaboration project with, Todd McAllister. And man, look at how just classy this paint job is. Look at the little faint blue line down the center. It's there. It's barely there. This is an absolutely beautiful shad pattern. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Todd McAllister. You can find his channel on YouTube under that name. So, you know what, I'll probably put a link in the description to his channel. And then we're going to be playing with a mold, a crazy project mold that he sent me as part of our collaboration. But just wanted to show you something cool. And then I got to show y'all something else real fast. So, there are 3 types of forage patterns that I think as a lure maker you are never finished with. You are always refining it. There's always another version of it that you can try. Bluegill and sunfish, for 1. Shads, number 2. And trout, number 3. So here are some of my latest trout. And these are in the style of a juvenile rainbow trout. You can see those blue splotches kind of down the body. That light pink center, and they just kind of overall have a bluish vibe about them. What's cool is that that's one of my new signature series Jetson eyes that I did with Jetson Lure Company. So those are the rainbow trout pupil, and I believe that's in the orange. So we took the same pupil, did several different colors of it. That's rainbow trout pupil in the orange. And man, I'm head over heels with these little rainbows. That's in the 5-inch mold. And yeah, all hand poured. Just wanted to show y'all something neat. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with some 4 inchers, okay, in the hand pour mold. And we're going to do basically like a really see-through shad pattern. And so what I like to do a lot with the smaller swim baits, I like to pour them in the dead-on plastic swim bait plastic. I think that's the perfect durometer for a smaller swim bait, and it has exceptional clarity. So we're just going to do a see-through belly. No pigment, no powder, no flake, no nothing. Just clear. And you really get to see how clear that plastic is. And, you know, couple that with the scaling pattern that's in the mold. Oh, it's so cool. It looks like an ice sculpture in your swim bait. So that's what we're going to start with. We're going to mix up our dead-on plastic, and then we're going to get the molds fired up, get the plastic cooked up, and then we're going to start pouring. And since this is a blog style video, I'm just going to kind of show y'all little clips of just what we're doing. So I'm actually going to start by talking a little bit about some housekeeping. So I actually do get questions, what's the best way to clean a Pyrex cup? Well, just get some all-purpose cleaner and a paper towel. And basically, you know, the idea is to get old flake, old, you know, just sludgy plastic grime out of the cups, and to where you get a nice clean inside like that. You know, the outside is always going to have some stuff still baked onto it. What really matters is getting the inside nice and clean like that. All right, here we go. Here is the swim bait blend. You can see it's very clear. Got some thunder in the background. And we're just going to pour our bellies real nice and slow, just to the top of that hook slot insert. So, you know, if you've watched my channel for any length of time, you've seen me do this a bunch. And there's no reason to change how I want to pour my bellies, just to the top of that hook slot insert. Always comes out to be right where I want it. And you can see it literally looks like you're pouring glass. and it looks so cool when you take them out of the molds. Alright, now for the center color, we're going to use my favorite chartreuse, which is just Dead On's regular liquid chartreuse. Give it a quick shake, and we want just a few drops. We don't need much. Oh yeah. This is a color that I like to call chartreuse shad. You've probably seen it before if you've watched my channel for a while or followed me on Instagram. But this is one of the colors that everyone seems to love whenever I post it. And it has a hyper shift kind of purple blue top. Oh, so beautiful. Alright, let's pour a few veins. Just to let y'all see just a few of these. Yeah, looking good. It's always so much more difficult to do this on camera. That one's gonna need a little bit of fixing. I didn't pour that one quite far enough up. It's okay. We'll do this bottom one. And it's time to move on to the top color. There we go. Beautiful. Looking good, looking good. Alright, let's top a few of these off. Look at that beautiful hyper shift there. Oh, so awesome. Looking good. There's one down. See if we can get another one for y'all. I like to kind of pour the cup down the tail. Beautiful. Alright, just like that. Okay, voila, just like that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to let those molds cool down. And the best part is I measured out enough plastic that I can do another round. So basically, I will meet y'all back when both rounds of these are cycled through. And then we'll move on to something else. Alright, actually, change of plan. The first round is done. So I just wanted to show y'all one real quick coming out of the mold, or the mold being opened. Yeah, so there's that color right there. Beautiful shad color. Yeah. Now we're going to run all the rest of them and we'll meet you back. But just take note of, I think, how cool they look with the clear bottom there. Let's get that clear, or sorry, get the slot out. Look at that. Isn't that neat? I think it's neat. Alright, welcome back everybody. It is actually a different day. So now we have some 5-inchers lined up and you can see the shad dots all hand poured in there, which means here comes a shad color. But it's going to be completely different than the ones that we already did in the 4-inchers, right? So there are the 4-inchers. Looking good there. This one's what I like to call natural shad. I developed it maybe a month ago. And, you know, again, it's a 3-color laminate with the shad dots, so it's not new in terms of the way that I'm building the color. But, oh man, it's so cool. It's so natural. So it's a white pearl belly with small black flake, a gold vein, okay, which we do a lot with our shad colors, like the green color shift shad. But then the top is like a really natural green pumpkin brown that I base off of that color right there. Also with small black flake. What makes this color really shine is when you use absolutely tiny amounts of saturation. You want the whole thing to look different depending on the angle. So I'm really only using just a little bit of each color. We're going to try to do that one now. And I think it's going to be really, really cool. It really, really looks great in the 5-inch. Okay, so again, we're using just a little bit of pigment here. And what's cool is that this is a hybrid blend of plastic. This is probably 70% craw tube blend and 30% swim bait blend. So I I like to pour my 5-inchers, and I haven't always done this. I like to pour my 5-inchers a little bit firmer than SWIMBAIT blend, not quite as firm as craw tube. Okay, so you can see that's not a lot of powder. Not a lot of powder. We are really dialing down the saturation for this color, right? You can see just a little bit of powdery effect in there. And I think making this as light and see-through as possible is the key to making it look natural. That's generally my thought process on all swim baits. This one in particular, to me, it just really looks best when there's not a whole lot going on, to be honest. Alright, so here we go. Just going to show y'all a belly or two being poured. And I know the lighting's a little tricky. Looks like there's some kind of shadows going on. That's the nature of filming in a garage, but we do the best that we can here. Yeah, this is really the key, is just getting it so see-through and subtle. So anyway, that is the belly color, and I think it is absolutely beautiful. So here is the vein. You can see again, not a lot of saturation and a little bit of gold flake, or excuse me, a little bit of that black flake. So we're just going to show you one of the veins, and you can really see just how see-through I made it once it's here in the mold. Like, there is not a lot of saturation. If you look at that, you can see right through it to the bottom layer, and that's actually kind of what we want. So we'll pour this next one. Just like that. Can't wait to see these. Okay, now I have them all topped off, and you can see looking good. And how I kind of gauge if I made, you know, the top layer maybe too thick, too saturated, is if I can see a difference here. Look down the tails. You can see a noticeable difference. The tails are darker. This section is lighter. That tells me that there's enough or not too much saturation as to not allow light through. The fact that I can see those differences means that light can penetrate it. So I did not oversaturate the top. So that's the top. It's sort of like a golden green pumpkin mixed in with some of this olive brown with some black flake, and we'll show those to you whenever they are done. Okay, they are pretty much done. So let's see how we did. We'll get one out here and open it up. I think these are going to look good. I was pretty confident about them during the pour. Yeah. Look at that. And like, see how subtle the gold line is? I even could have made that a little bit more distinct. Yeah, sorry, lighting's a little challenging. Very natural shad color there. Beautiful. And you know, you can see how see-through it is. You can see through to the other dot on the other side. So like, the whole thing is almost see-through there. So we'll get out one more, show y'all. You know what, we'll zoom out a bit. Which side are we going on? Okay, this one's going on that side. Yeah. You see that gold there. Perfect. Yeah, so there it is. Two examples right there. Alright, we got a few more 5-inchers topped off here. And yeah, you can really see how see-through this one is. This one I like to call just violet shad or purple shad. There's no like fancy powders in it as far as color shift. It's blue highlight on the bottom, a purple mica powder mixed with a little bit of blue for the vein, and then just like a very light smoke top. So looking good, and we'll show those to you when they are done. All right, welcome back everybody. It is again a different day, And so I have sort of this purple or violet kind of purple shad there. So I'm not crazy about it. And I almost just tore them in half and did them over. But they're kind of growing on me. But here I have a different pour, and this is again in the 5-inch. And these are going to be baby bass. And so let's get one out real fast. I kind of got that mold loosened. Oh yeah. Yeah. Right, just a simple baby bass. Wow, that mold is still very hot. But let's go ahead and get it out. Okay. There we go. Simple little baby bass there. Sort of a dark green pumpkin top with, of course, the black line. So, yeah. Those will look pretty cool once we get, I think, an eyeball on them that really pops. Alright, now we're going to switch over to the 6-inch mold. And I think we're going to do a rainbow trout. Because I want to use some of the new Jetson eyes from the World's Worst Fishing collection. So we're going to do some of that. Alright, now for the fun part, we get to pour our kind of skin pour layer. And one of the things that I like to do with my, and obviously the rainbow trout that we looked at the beginning of this video, completely different than these. And that just kind of goes to show that there's so many ways to do things. So I want to just kind of start it down here and then just kind of pour it a little bit uneven and pour it into that head portion, okay? But see where the pink layers over the top of that green? I love the way that looks. So anyway, that's how we're doing these. We're just going to skin pour those pink layers in just like that. And I just like to do it real slow and steady and just kind of make it a little uneven, right? Just make it look a little back and forth, up and down, squiggly almost. And I think that the end result looks really good and has a real natural look about it. Alright, and now just a simple white pearl belly. It's going to look so awesome when these are done. Looking forward to seeing them. Man, I tell you, pouring in the 6-inch feels like I'm pouring inside the Grand Canyon. It's so big compared to really even the 5 and especially the 4s. But we have some even smaller open pour things in the works with AI that are going to be really fun to pour. Won't say what they are. But working on some exciting stuff coming soon. The drawings and the test molds are already looking pretty awesome. Anyway, cut the camera here. All right, let's take a look at one of these trout pours, and really looking forward to seeing these, especially once we get some eyeballs on. What side is it going to come? Ah, that side. Oh yeah, there it is. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and take it off. Look at it from the other side. And here are the eyes that I am planning on using. These are some of my signature eyes that I helped launch with Jetson Lure Company. So there they are right there. The chartreuse trout in the 10mm size with the hologram backing. That's going to look cool. Well, Whitley, what you know? What you know? Just shedding a bunch of hair on the floor, that's all you know? Sounds good to me. So aside from making fishing lures, one of my other favorite hobbies is making salad dressing. Little olive oil, red wine vinegar, maybe some garlic, sugar, salt, pepper, oregano, spices. Can't beat that, especially for like a Greek salad. But let's go look at some baits. Landon, what are you trying to get, buddy? Are you trying to get in the fridge? Yeah, you are. Alright, so this is something different that I don't do, and there goes the laundry. Alright, as I was saying, so I recently saw I don't know if it was like a blueback herring or something like that, but it was some sort of herring bait fish, and I thought it was really cool looking. You know what, let me break this open with both hands. Anyway, what I saw was actually pretty neat, so it kind of inspired me to do this. And yeah, if we look at it there, you'll notice a couple of things about it. Number one, it's a 4-layer laminate, right? So we have this silver pearl bottom, and that's more silver than a white pearl. Then we have a faint line of gold, and then you can see we have that blue in there, and then we have basically a charcoal gray top. And I have to say, I really like it. And then we poured the kill dot on there, so this could double as pretty much any shad, but also sort of like a blueback herring. To me, it has that kind of gray, silvery blue color profile that you normally see baits that are trying to imitate blue herring, or blueback herring. So yeah, not bad. Something different. I don't do a whole lot of 4-layer laminates, but as you can see, all those colors playing off of each other, I think looks pretty cool. So anyway, we got a ton of stuff. Okay, welcome back bright and early. You can see I have several different eyeball options laid out. So I'm thinking these are the eyes that I'm going to go with. So obviously the trout Jetsons, right, for our rainbow trout that we looked at. Just going to put some regular earth color fish skull eyes on the sort of the bluebacks there. So this is a cool Jetson eye. This is called Silver Flash. This is an 8mm. That is going to go on the natural shad. I just have some sort of more generic 3D silver eyes that are going to go on some of the other 5-inchers. Let's see, these 8mm red eyes right there are going to go on our baby bass. And then some smaller options for the 4-inchers. And now for the fun part is putting a larger eye on a more ornamental bait. So if you look at this eye pupil, you'll see it's a little darker on the top side. There's a little bit more black shading on the top than the bottom. That's what I want on top. So I want that darker shading on the top, because that just kind of goes with most baits. Most bait fish, they're a little bit darker on top, fading to light. And so that's how I want to arrange my eye pupils. If there is some sort of gradient in the way that they are shaded, right? I want the more dark shading on the top, fading down to a lighter bottom, just like the actual bait itself. And there we have it. Well, we are still putting eyeballs on about 25 minutes later. We have a lot of it done, I'll show you. So basically, everything up here is done except for the little 4-inchers. So we've actually knocked out a lot of this. But man, those 4-inchers are brutal having to put on, and that's only 20 of them. So I really should quit complaining. But man, those little 6mm eyes. But they're sexy though. Heck yeah. Now that right there is a spread. Look at those bluebacks. That one is growing on me. I think we will definitely return to that some more and keep refining it. Natural shads, baby bass, the little 4-inchers of course. Those trout. Oh, those eyes too. And then those violet shad. Yeah. Heck yeah. So if you've made it this far in the video, by the time you're watching this video, I have not actually posted this huge thing for sale yet. So, the video is just kind of a blog about me making them. And if you want to be on the lookout for some of these baits, if you're interested in them, just be on the lookout on my Instagram for a sales post. You're basically going to see a picture of all of this. and you can have the opportunity to buy a set of these. And of course, I sell on a first-come basis, so just keep your eyes peeled for a sales post if you are interested. If not, I thank you for watching the video and hope you had a fun time watching a bunch of different stuff. There's kind of something here for everyone, and you know, I wanted this video to have lots of variety with the swim baits. Alright, that's going to do it for this video. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, hit the notification bell, and we will hopefully see you in the next one. You definitely want to stay tuned for our 4th of July video. I make some amazing patriotic baits, and we might just get a fish catch on it. See you guys.